produced the Ramones and account for, A, how would you account for the big blast of interest in, when the word got around that I was going to chat with the Ramones and play their video in a couple of minutes, everybody says, can we get into the studio? But I said, we don't have a studio. What is? I must have heard from 900 people. So what's part of the reason?
Rock and roll should be pure, simple, fresh, spontaneous. That's what the Ramones are. They always have been that. They are basic rock and roll with the spirit and the energy and the enthusiasm of the 50s and an 80s sound. That's
certainly
the Ramones.
One of the most influential and rebellious forces in the annals of rock music are the Ramones. One more time, how would you introduce them? Then we're going to chat with the gentleman.
The best, most fun rock and roll band in the world today. There's no doubt about it.
Joey and
Marky. Hiya.
Hi.
Boy,
Hello. How are you?
Good to be here.
Have you ever seen our show on TV, The Real Truth, Joey?
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it since I was about 5, I would think.
Really?
Yeah, I used to watch Memory Lane.
That's right.
Yep. My mom used to turn it on. I'd say, Mom, I want to watch the show.
Well, your mom always had good taste in programs.
She has taste.
And in sons, right?
Right.
Marky, where have you been? Leave us a little bit of the highlights in the
Mark was adopted.
Well, we just got back from Puerto Rico. We did a 3-4 day tour out there in front of about 10,000 people for the American Surfing Awards there. And that went really well. And it's just another new market that opened up for us, and we're really happy to play there.
Marky is the drummer, and you're the lead singer, Joey.
Right.
A little bit, Joey, on how you broke into the show business game, and what are your aspirations as of this point? And that's a mouthful, right, Paul?
It's a mouthful.
The
right
beginning and the future goal. That's a mouthful.
Well, we started in '74, and we sort of at the time rock was kind of lost the spontaneousness, and it was kind of prefabricated. It was the height of disco and corporate music, and we sort of were a reaction to that and put the
fun back.
We gave it a kick in the arse and put the fun and excitement back in.
The Ramones saw fit at that moment to turn the music establishment upside down and dare to be a little bit different, right, Marky?
Right, to make the song shorter, more to the point, a lot more exciting. Instead of 10-minute extended guitar solos, we shortened these things down to the way singles used to be in the 50s and 60s. And it worked. It worked out just fine. We believe in the 2-minute and 30-second approach to a song.
I wasn't part of that underground rock scene, Paul Cavalcante, in those early 70s, but I'm learning, I'm learning by injection a few years later.
We have to invite you to the show.
Where? I want to be there.
Hofstra College coming up, March 11th.
Paul, you're the MC right now. Take it away, Paul Cavalcante.
Take it away, Paul.
Take it away.
Well, as Joey said, in the 70s at this particular time, disco was big, and the Ramones came along with a kind of rock and roll that you could dance to, and we hadn't seen that in a long time, and especially your cover versions of 60s songs like A Little Bit of Soul and Time Has Come Today by the Chambers Brothers. I mean, that's where a lot of the fun music was, and I think it has an appeal for all ages in that regard, kids or people who grew up in the 60s.
But we know you love metal, Joey, but do you love ballads as well?
Yeah, I love everything.
Yeah, anything that's good.
Anything that's great.
Yeah, anything that's
tasteful,
really good, that's tasteful, and that's good.
You are what they call loquacious?
That's it.
I like that word.
We're loquacious. Sure. It's a new word for me today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to make Paul happy and the Ramones happy. Me happy, you happy. I want to play one of the videos.
We want to make you happy, Joe.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially since you grew up watching me, right? You grew up tall, right?
Yep.
You're about how tall?
6'3".
6'3". And one of the Ramones is doing something individually now. He was here.
Yeah, Dee Dee.
Yeah,
Brother Dee Dee.
Dee Dee King.
Now, when he steps out and does a thing like that, is that with your blessing and approval?
Yes, we bless him all the
definitely.
way.
All the way, right?
Give him our blessings.
Mm-hmm. Were you sorry when the Jay Giles band broke up and Peter Wolf went out on his own? Was that kind of a sadness in the rock and roll business, or those things happen?
Peter's great.
Yeah.
Peter's great.
Yeah.
What's part of the happy harmony of your group, that there's no internal strife?
Well, we all like the same music. We all grew up around the same time. We're all the same age. And we like the same things, and we have a lot to talk about.
We like each other.
We all get along. We're a very healthy unit.
Paul, as you know...
And we like Paul, too.
Yeah,
one announcement, they sell out. So this for the people who can't buy tickets.
Sure.
We're going to play one of those videos that have become... are they as important now in promoting a record as they were a year or two ago in this whole...
Oh, yeah. This is sort of the new promotional tool.
Yeah,
video.
it's visual.
Not necessarily it's a good thing, but that's life.
In the old days, you would play a record. Now you got to see the record, right, Paul?
Mm-hmm. That's the way it
We
goes.
rather they just come see us live, because that's the best presentation of all.
You're going to see them now semi-live on videotape.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to lean back with me, and this is what they call Of the Moment, the Ramones on one of their red hot tapes, and it goes exactly like this.
Important if I want to live, but I want to live. I want to live my life. I want to live. Well, I want to live my life. As I load my pistol, a fine German steel. I never thought I'd be so down and out, having my last meal, but I know I can do it. It just took a few years as I execute my killers. The morning is clear. I give what I got to give. I give what I need to live. I give what I got to give. It's important if I want to live. I want to live. I want to live my life. I want to live. To live my life. I want to live. Well, I want to live my life. I want to live. Well, I want to live my life.
Discovered by the musical elite, and now we've rediscovered them all over again. That's one of their most recent videos, and may I ask you why? I mean, I love black and white, but what made you choose black and white, Joey?
It's classic.
Classic.
Yeah, it captures that feel of like a B film in the 50s, early 50s.
You like B films?
Oh, yeah, certainly, definitely.
We mentioned Ronald Reagan. He made a lot of B films back in those days, right?
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Say that one more time.
Yes, he did.
Paul, what is your informed assessment of... My anchorman is Paul Cavalcanti, radio personality supreme. Paul, I want to give it to you in 1 second. Gentlemen, Joey, and when you were a youngster growing up, whose music did you listen to? Which groups were you, or individuals were you fans of mostly?
Well, I'd say a group that really inspired me the most and sort of left a lasting impression was The Who.
The Who.
I saw them because when I was 16 for the first time, it was a Murray the KO show at the 59th Street Cinema.
Right.
And it was like 30 bands on the bill. It was The Who and Cream the first time they were in America. And that's really what...
Were you inspired a little bit by the Led Zeppelin?
Oh, Led Zeppelin are great. They're classic,
Yeah.
you know. They're
A
cool.
little bit by the Grateful Dead?
Well, I'm happy for them now.
Yeah, we liked more of the louder, heavier bands in those days.
You know, we like.
I like Jimi Hendrix
We sort of
a lot.
absorbed everything, and the output is us. You know, it's music and life and experiencing life.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like Roy Orbison and all. I mean, all
Beach
kinds.
Boys,
You know, Buddy Holly.
Jan and Dean, Little Richard.
But yeah,
Let me
Stooges, T-Rex.
let me
Yeah.
start a sentence. You finish the sentence. The Ramones sound is a result of...
Combination of a lot of things.
Of
Street life, growing up, the musical influences that we just combined together.
How would you...
Corruption.
Corruption, right. How
We're
would
all
you-
corrupted.
All corrupted, but very clever. I'm chatting here with the clever and legendary Raymones, Joey Ramone, and Marky. Marky, how would you describe your drumming style?
Oh, I guess like a locomotive. It's just continuous, straight, non-stop. The 1, 2, 3, 4 counts is what the band is known for, too. And it's just a very fast 4/4 pace, musically speaking.
Anxious.
Yeah, anxious.
Dynamic.
On the edge, powerful.
Mark's my favorite drummer.
Very dynamic.
And
You
then
know, a very
Drum bottom.
16th notes on the hi-hats, a continuous. That can be very hard.
Well,
to
he's
do.
my favorite drummer, too, after Gene Krupa. No, I'm only kidding. Side by side with
yeah,
Gene Krupa.
that's nice. Thanks.
And I'll give you a quiz. Who played Gene Krupa in the movies?
Sal Mineo.
You're amazing. How'd you know that?
Because Sal Mineo is great.
You know your stuff.
Yeah.
Can't miss it, right?
Even the commercials are based on rock videos. You know, the shorter. There's so many certain.
Name some of the movies you're in. I want to watch them late at night on TV. Name any movies that the Ramones are in.
Rock and Roll High School that we did
Rock and Roll
with
Roger
Roger Corman.
Oh, Roger Corman is great.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great, yeah.
Let me show a picture of Is this the entire group?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. That's
There we
today.
are.
They're
The band
busy.
today.
They're on back
Our
from
lovely selves.
Yep.
a tour, going on a tour. They're fantabulous. And Mr. Cavalcanti, will you be my anchor man for the rest of the show and meet some nice people? And
Absolutely.
will you
I'd
keep
love
on
to.
playing their records on the radio?
Can I say hi to Neil Cohen?
Say hello to everybody,
Yeah.
please.
Hi, Neil.
I like
Hi,
to
Nancy.
say hello to Fred Bell, a great guitar player, and his friend Al and Teddy of the Tax.
Jerry Northoro. and Mickey Lee.
Tommy Gunn.
What's your favorite?
Don Hill.
Don Hill? What's your favorite Ramones cut of all time?
That's difficult.
There's so many. I love Rock and Roll High School and Rock and Roll Radio.
Rockaway Beach is my favorite.
We're going to rock out with Sherlock Holmes. I want to thank Joey Ramone, who is, you can take my assurance, on top of the world right now. And Marky, a marvelous drummer, my marvelous
Thank you.
anchor. And tell your mom again she had good taste in
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
sons and TV shows. We shall return. Follow these words. Let's watch carefully.
Now, do you remember the Ramones?
I remember when they came on the scene, they were like the first punkers, you know, before the Sex Pistols in England and everything.
And they're an American group?
Yeah, from
As a matter of
Queens.
fact, they're from Forest Hills, Queens. You're right. And I believe it was in the 70s where they made their mark. And they've still been working all these years. And now here's an album of their hits called The Ramones Mania. And it's good to have them on the show. They're going into the Ritz here in New York City on August 19th and 20th. And they just released their double album of their latest hits. So here are the Ramones.
Good morning.
Joey, how are you?
How are you? Hi, guys.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Hi.
Tough
Didn't I
night
see you
last
guys
night?
at Bloomingdale's yesterday?
Okay, so let me introduce the guys. Now, this is Joey, the lead singer, Marky, who's on drums, Johnny, the guitar player, and Dee Dee, who's on bass.
I almost thought you were going to say he was on drugs, but he's not.
No. You're the lead singer.
He's on drums, you know.
Yeah. So how you doing?
Great.
This is an exciting time for you guys.
I'm very excited to be on your show.
Thank you very much.
No, I always thought, you know, I should spit this out. You know, I said, yeah, the Reg, you know, it's the Reg.
That's right.
Reed.
Reed, you looked great yesterday in the red jacket.
I thank you very much.
think you really did.
Thank you. Appreciate that. One vote from the Ramones. Well, now, is this a comeback? You guys have never left, have you?
We never left.
No, we've been together for 14 years, and we constantly tour, and we have about 10 albums out
You know,
already.
people think they don't see you in 2 weeks, that you're
That
just
you're
laying
dead or
around,
something.
that you're on
Yeah.
a hiatus.
Yeah. What have you been doing?
We've
Well,
been in
we
Europe.
just did a big festival tour of Europe and
California tour.
a real heavy saturation tour of the West Coast, and we're doing the East Coast and then Midwest.
So you guys are still hot? You're still cooking, huh?
Hey,
Still
we're
pack
hot,
'em in,
we're
yeah,
hot.
still pack 'em in.
We're hot and we're cooking.
You had one little foray into so-called mass commercialism a couple years back, right? And some of your diehard fans were upset about that. And yet I read that you were really glad you did the album anyway.
Oh, with Phil Spector?
Yeah, with Phil
I
Spector.
like Phil.
Yeah, we always admired his
He's quite a guy.
production. He was very good at what he does and
No,
what he did do.
Phil's a true genius.
But what I mean is you guys had this cult following of fans.
Yeah.
And Did they let you grow, or did they make you stay making the same kind of music you've always made?
They expect a certain thing from you, which you have to give them.
Yeah, sometimes change
okay.
isn't too good, you know. If you got something good, you keep it going, you know, keep it working.
Did you all grow up together out in Queens?
I grew up in Brooklyn, New York.
The other three of us.
Yeah. And how did you meet? I mean, how did you start?
The other three of us, we lived in the same block together. We were friends as kids.
Went to Forest Hills High School.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to Erasmus.
Mr. Sirota,
Mr. Sirota, who was he?
he was the dean.
Oh, the dean.
You
Remember
never
the dean?
forget the dean's
Spent a lot of time in his room a lot.
Look at Dee Dee down here.
Yeah, poor Dee Dee. The last guy on the couch, you know, never really gets to participate. Dee Dee, how you doing down there?
Very jolly today.
He's robust.
Yeah, Dee Dee reminds me of the lady from East Stroudsburg. Same kind of personality, if you notice. You're not related in any way then, right?
No.
Your parents still living in this area?
They're still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, who writes these songs? I Want to Be Sedated and Teenage Lobotomy. Do you guys write them?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you give me the lyrics to Teenage Lobotomy? Just talk.
Well, Sammy Davis, I think, might have written that one.
Can you just give me the first couple of lines of Teenage Lobotomy? Because I may want to use it at the Club Benet.
Hey, we played that.
You did, of course. Everybody plays there except Atlanta Symphony. But give me the first couple of lines of Teenage Lobotomy.
DDT did a job on me, right?
DDT
Did a job on me.
did a job on me, yeah.
Now I'm a real sickie.
Now I'm a real sickie. This is getting good. And then what happened?
Guess I'll have to break the news that I have no mind to lose.
Even you got to laugh about it, huh?
Very clever.
Very clever. Incidentally, you can tell he's the lead singer because he's the one wearing the spiffy leather pants and the other guys are in just Levi's.
Right.
Okay, shall we take a look now at one of the numbers?
This is I Want to Be Sedated, right?
This is one of the big ones, right?
Yeah.
Originally released in 1978, brought back 10 years later, and part of their big new album. Let's take a look now at the video of I Want to Be Sedated.
They must have been exhausted making
Yeah. Yeah, tough work, this music business.
that. Wore yourselves out on that one, didn't you?
yeah, right. Did about 4 or 5 takes of that, though. It took
No,
about
see,
10
actually,
hours, 12
there's no
hours.
edits in that at all. It's
Oh, I
like-
can see, yeah. Good
We
acting.
got to sit down and do it, too.
So where do you go after the Ritz? You gonna be...
Well, actually, this album is it's a greatest hits album. It's a double record
But
set.
did you guys have giant hits when you were cooking? I mean, in the 70s?
Big ones.
Big ones.
And
Monster hits.
And I Want to Be Sedated was one of the biggest.
This is our 30 greatest hits.
Yeah.
It's our 30th album.
It's on CD, too. And
Boy, the guys are really pitching now, aren't they? All of a sudden, they became very verbal, didn't they?
It's amazing how capitalism just sneaks
Oh,
in.
yeah. So, Dee Dee, you're happy, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's good.
He's jolly. He's a jolly kind of guy.
I'm very happy.
after the Ritz, we're going to do a festival in California, in Europe.
We're doing the
two shows out
Reading
there.
Festival.
You guys are big in Europe, I take it.
Yeah.
We're like gods.
Like gods, yeah.
25,000 people a night sometimes, and
What?
3,000 people a night over
Do
there.
the girls go crazy over Dee Dee?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the handsome one.
He's the heartthrob.
You married, Dee Dee?
Yeah. 10 years.
Where's your wife?
She's at home right now watching the TV. She's a big fan of yours. She watches every morning.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yes.
Do they go on the road with you, your girlfriends' wives?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes.
Well, what?
Dee Dee, do you take your wife?
Yeah, I took her to California.
No kidding. When, in 1978?
About 2 weeks ago or
Oh,
so.
good,
Yeah, I took her for 10
2
days.
weeks ago. Yeah.
How do they
Yeah,
deal
2
with the
weeks ago.
groupies? You know, they know that they...
My wife will punch him in the nose.
The only way to deal with the groupies.
What's her name?
Vera.
Vera and Dee Dee on the road.
Yeah, I have it tattooed
That's
right
nice.
here,
That's
Vera.
nice. That's nice. Hey, guys, you're good guys, and I thank you so much for coming by. And this is going to be a big, giant album right here. The Ramones are back at the Ritz, the 19th and 20th. And we'll be right back in just a moment.
I'm a teenage, I'm a teenage girl. It's great to be here in fucking New York City tonight. Especially right here at the new Ritz. Yeah! Take a seat, Jim. 1, 2, 3, 4! Yeah, well, you know, some of us here tonight still fucking remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, What can you do? I went to back like that, so it's on your bed, so what can you see? What can you do? What can you do? I went to back like that, so it's on your bed, so what can you see? I did it out, yeah. On a rattle with a big bomb balloon. Oh yeah. It's on a rattle with a big bomb balloon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. What can I do? What can you do now? I was a man like that, so was sitting. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do? Was a man like that, so was sitting. What can you do? Ah, yeah. Hey! Anybody out there got the Ramones mini album? Well, I wanna live. I've been thinking it over, and I know what to do. I've been thinking it over, and I know how to change to my life. I must keep being just a way that to do. For that I love it, it's so me, and I know I'm just a damn fool. I need what I got to do. It's a fun and never want to live. Yeah, I want to live. I want to live my life. I want to live. I want to live my life. As I know if I did to it, I'm fine to do. I never thought of it, but I my last will, but I know I can do it, yeah. It's this, yeah. I execute my good. Somebody is it. I give what I got to give. I give what I need to do. I give what I got to do. It's a phone I never want to live. Yeah, I want to live. I want to live my life. I want to live. I want to live my life. That's right. I we got a brand new album out right now. Entitled Brain Drain You Now. And if you've seen this fucking movie, you might just know this tune. It's entitled Pet Cemetery. 1, 2, 3, 4. The ground, I'm thinking it's them. The skeletons in sound around. And the night when the moon is bright, someone cries, living and right. Now I don't wanna be buried in a bed, cemetery. I don't want to live my life again. Yeah, I don't wanna be buried in a bed, cemetery. I don't want to live like I'm the good. I find a flipping to a stage replay. This day is real, I get it escape. For it's a bangs that are thinking of bells. And it's a song that ain't among the chicken cells. And the night when the moon is bright, someone cries, living and right. Oh, I don't wanna be buried in a bed, cemetery. I don't want to live my life again. I don't want to be buried in a bed, cemetery. I don't want to live my life again. No. Somebody's full, the air is still. All of a sudden, I'm feeling chill. Think the rich man and pictures like the white. Scared at the dark, like I stay there. And the night when the moon shines through, this is looks like you can hear me shit. I don't wanna be buried in a bed, cemetery. I don't want to live my life again. I don't wanna be buried in a bed, cemetery. I don't want to live my life again. Oh no. Oh, oh, oh. I don't want to live my life. Not again. Oh no. Oh, oh, oh. Don't want to live my life. Not again. Nah, 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 nah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sick and tired of you going every night. I'm sick and tired of your tired today. I'm sick and tired of your bullshit breath. Cocaine, humor, and anxiety attacks. Think of, I'm making me to see your face. You're not there, boy. I got that way. When the game's so fast on your breath, will never happen. I'm gonna get the end. Fun myself. Hey, beans up as my child. Jump out my child. Hey, beans up as my child. Oh, yeah. You're a style kid and a little kid. The man down to never stop, stop, stop. You're a pain in the ass. And you're on my lip. All I get from him is the outside of the sin. You're the out now. You're gonna get rid. You're gonna hear big stars. You're nowhere. You're always wearing that cheaper tip. I can always tell when you're in the real. What's my chance? Baby, I'm not my child. What's my chance? Baby, I'm not my child. Oh, you're here. You know. You know, Axl Rose made this elixir for me tonight. And he didn't do a bad job at that. Mama's boy, yeah! 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. fucking best. Get out!
Well, welcome the Ramones to Live at 5. Joey, we were just talking about the fact, and Marty, that you're local boys. Can we say that you're from Queens?
We're local heroes.
Local heroes, excuse me. Should I thank you for introducing us to punk or not? I mean, I don't know what category that goes into.
Well, I mean, basically what punk is rebellion. You know, it's like it's bringing upon change where change needs to be brought upon, you know what I mean? The way Elvis Presley did, the way the Beatles did. Things get stagnant, things get burdened down with all kinds of other things, and the true essence and the purity is gone. And what we did was bring back the excitement and the pureness and the edge. The edge. We gave it a kick. You know, we gave it a kick in the arse.
Yeah. A kick in the arse. That's the way you describe it there. Right. Now, the Sex Pistols and many of the other punk groups, if we can, I mean, the categories get a little fuzzy. And do you consider that in the punk group as well, or how do you describe it?
Well, we had been to England and back, and we basically are responsible for them.
They came to the shows.
They came to see. We had
Clash, Sex Pistols came to their shows.
We formed in '74, and we had gone to England. We had gotten signed in '75. We went to England in '76, and we did 3 sellout shows. We played this place called the Roundhouse. It was
and now what's happened?
Like 12,000 kids, and then a club called Dingwalls, and all those kids came to see us and were completely inspired by us.
Yeah, so what's happened is that while those other groups, though, went out of business, the Ramones are still hot or hotter than ever. As
really hotter than, and I mean we're basically the catalysts and the leaders in a sense, and you know someone has to show everybody else how to do it right.
Let's talk a little bit about the violence edge to this. I was reading recently at Boston University where you were turned down. They wouldn't let you play because the university felt that your presence might incite the students to riot. And you spoke on the campus trying to convince the university to take you on. In fact, there were violent incidents after some of your concerts. Do you assume responsibility for that?
Everybody has fun, and there's no... it's not it might look like violence, but it's...
Well, there were several policemen at one incident.
Well, there's always something like that in any kind of event, even sporting events, concerts. There's always somebody who's going to do something like that, you know. Most of 99% of our shows are just fun, and we don't want any violence at our shows. And he's always one bad apple in the audience sometimes, you know.
One bad apple in the bunch.
Yeah.
In the barrel.
But do you take a responsibility to say to the people there, you know, like, hey, don't go out of here and throw bottles at cops?
No, we try to keep it cool, and we sit down with the security at the clubs or the halls before we perform, and we don't want anyone to get hurt. We don't want our fans to get hurt. I mean, they're coming to see us.
Right. They're coming to see you and just good music.
We want everyone to have a good time, and that's why we play halls or ballroom situations as opposed to seated places. Because
tell me briefly, because we're running out of time. We'll hope you'll come back, but you're going to be at the Ritz and you're going to be on Long Island.
The Ritz is Saturday the 2nd.
Long Island tonight.
Long Island
at Sundance.
Right, and then tomorrow City Gardens in Trenton, New Jersey.
Great. So the local opportunity for everybody to see the Ramones together for 13 lucky years.
We're going to kick the year in. We're going to
the right way.
We're going to kick the year out and kick it in.
Happy New Year.
Kick it out.
Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah.
Thanks for being
here. Happy New Year to everybody.
See there, am I right, Paul? This is the gentleman with the